Hi, welcome back to the channel. Today it's all about finding a niche. If you are over 40 and wondering what your YouTube niche should be, this video will save you months of confusion and second guessing. I'm about to show you a simple framework that takes your decades of experience and turns it into a clear, profitable niche that you can start creating content about tomorrow. No more paralysis by analysis, no more wondering what would I even make videos about. By the end of this video, you'll have your niche identified and your first 5 video ideas mapped out. Let's stop wasting time and let's start creating. The niche confusion problem. I want to start a YouTube channel, but I don't know what my niche should be. I'm interested in too many things. I don't want to pick the wrong niche and waste months of work. What if I get bored with my niche? I'm not an expert in anything specific. All the good niches are already taken. Sound familiar? Here's what's really happening. You're overthinking this because you think that you need to be the world's leading expert in something obscure, or you need to find some magical on-tap niche that no one else has discovered. But that's not how successful YouTube channels work, especially for creators over 40. Last week, I came across a creator colleague. He's 45, works as an accountant, and he's been researching niches for over 6 months. 6 months. He had spreadsheets comparing competition levels, audience sizes, and monetization potential. But he still hadn't made a single video because he was paralyzed by the fear of choosing the wrong niche. Here's the truth. The perfect niche isn't hiding somewhere waiting to be discovered. It's sitting right in front of you. It's in your life. It's your experience, your skills, and your perspective. You just need to know how to find it. So why niche finding is different after the age of 40? So finding your niche after 40 is completely different from someone in their 20s trying to figure out what to talk about. And that's actually a huge advantage. And here's why. You have expertise in things that you don't even realize. You've been working for 15, 20 years. You've solved problems, learned systems, developed skills. What feels basic to you is advanced knowledge to somebody else. You have life experience, and that has a lot of value. You've been through career changes, relationship challenges, financial ups and downs, health scares, parenting struggles, and the list goes on and on and on. Each of these experiences is content gold. You know what you actually care about. You're not trying to figure out your interests. You know them already. You're not experimenting with your personality. You know who you are. You have a clear perspective. You've seen enough to have some opinions, some preferences and insights that are genuinely yours. You understand your audience. You know what problems people your age face because you face them too. You know what questions they have because you've asked them. The problem isn't that you don't have a niche. The problem is that you have too many options and you're overwhelmed by choice. So today I'm going to help you narrow it down to one niche. The one niche that is perfect for you. This is using a system that I call the 3-circle niche. And I want to share with you this 3-circle niche framework. This is how you find your perfect YouTube niche in the next 15 minutes or so. And it won't take you weeks to come up with a niche, just a few minutes. Let's start with circle number 1, your experience and expertise. I want you to try to think broader than just your job title. So let's have a look at some categories to consider. Professional expertise. So what do you do for work? What industry knowledge do you have? What skills have you developed? And what problems do you solve at work every day? Looking at life experience. So what major life events have you navigated? Any career changes, divorce, remarriage, parenting, caring for aging parents, any health challenges, financial struggles, any moving, or starting a business? Now, let's move on to circle number 2, your passion and interest. This is crucial because you are going to be creating content about this for months and years. So you need to enjoy it. You need to genuinely care about your topic. Here's how to identify your true passions. I call it the time test. So what do you do in your free time? What do you choose to do when you have no obligation to do it? Is your choice. Another way to identify your passions is using the conversation tests. These are the topics that you find yourself bringing up in conversations with friends and family all the time. What do you get excited to talk about? Number 3 is the learning test. So what do you voluntarily learn about? So what articles do you read? What videos do you watch? What books do you buy? The problem-solving test is another way to identify your passion. So what problems do you enjoy solving? So what challenges energize you rather than drain you? Another way is the helping test. So what do friends and family ask you for advice about? Do you find yourself naturally helping others with something specific? Another way is the frustration test. So what problems in the world really frustrate you? What do you wish someone would fix? What do you find yourself complaining about? Here's a critical point. Your passion does not have to be your hobby. Some of the most successful YouTube channels are run by people who are passionate about solving problems, not necessarily passionate about the topic itself. For example, Dave Ramsey isn't passionate about budgeting spreadsheets. He's passionate about helping people get out of debt and build wealth. So the passion is for the transformation, not the tool. So ask yourself, what transformation do you want to create in people's lives? What problem do you want to solve? What difference do you want to make? That's often where your true passion lies. Let's move on to circle number 3, which is the final piece of the puzzle. Circle number 3 is market demand and audience need. So this is what problems do people actually have? What questions are they asking? What are they searching for on YouTube? This is where many over 40 creators get stuck because they think they need to do complex market research, but it's actually simpler than you might think. Here's how to quickly identify market demand. The search test. So go to YouTube and start typing topics related to your expertise. When you go onto YouTube and you start typing on the search bar, you will notice that it automatically auto-completes. This auto-complete is suggestion, it's giving you suggestions, and these suggestions are based on how many people have been searching for these particular terms. So that can give you a clue as to what, within the topic that you've chosen, what is it that people are actually searching for, or the demand. Another one is the comment test. So look at videos in your potential niche. What questions are people asking in the comments? What problems are they mentioning in those comments? Those are problems that they're currently facing, and they're looking answers. They're looking to find answers for those questions. Some of those questions may be answered in the videos that you're looking at of potential areas that you might be interested in covering, but many of them will actually comment on things that are not in the video, and they're potential areas for you to then cover in your new niche. Another way is the Facebook group test. So join Facebook groups that are related to your potential niche. Again, what questions are people asking? What problems are they discussing? Another one is the Amazon test. So look at books in your potential niche. What problems do the titles promise to solve? What are people reviewing and complaining about? The Reddit tests. So find subreddits that are related to your potential niche. What are people asking about? What frustrations are they expressing? All of those will give you clues as to what people are asking for, are needing answers for. So the demand within your potential niche. But here's the key insight for over 40 creators. You don't need a massive market demand. You need a very specific market demand. So you're not trying to compete with the likes of Mr. Beast. You're trying to serve a specific audience that needs your specific perspective. So for example, there might be thousands of fitness channels out there, but how many are specific for women over 45 who are dealing with hormonal changes and don't want to do high impact exercises? That's a specific market with specific needs. So the sweet spot is finding a niche that's big enough to sustain a channel, but is specific enough that you can become the go-to person for that particular audience. So we talked about the 3 different circles and where they all meet. That is the specific area that you're looking for your niche. The niche intersection sweet spot. Let me walk you through some real examples to try and put this into perspective. Maria is a 52-year-old HR manager who loves gardening and has been helping her neighbours with their gardens for years. Her experience circle includes HR management and gardening knowledge. Her passion circle includes gardening and helping people. Her market demand circle shows that people are searching for gardening advice, especially beginners who feel overwhelmed. Her perfect niche is gardening for busy professionals, combining her HR background with her gardening passion to serve people who want to garden but feel like they don't have enough time. It's the perfect overlap. We've got Jennifer, experience in corporate HR, passionate about helping people. Market demand for career advice. Her niche, career transitions for professionals over 40. Mike, experience in home renovation. Passionate about teaching. The market demand for DIY content. His niche, weekend DIY projects for busy homeowners. Next up, we've got Sarah. Experience raising kids with ADHD. Passionate about helping other parents. The market demand for ADHD parenting advice. So her niche, parenting kids with ADHD. Real solutions from a real mum. Notice how each niche is specific enough to own, but broad enough to create lots of content about. They're not trying to be everything to everyone. They're trying to be the perfect solution for a specific group of people. So here's your niche formula. Your experience plus your passion plus market demand equal your perfect niche. But what if you have multiple intersections? What if you find 3 different niches that all work? Here's how to choose. The experiment test. So which one makes you most excited to create content about? The expertise test. Which one do you have the most credibility in? The longevity test. Which one could you talk about for years without getting bored? The audience test. Which audience do you most want to serve? Pick one, just one. You can always expand later, but you need to start with a focus. Pick one, just one. Before we move to action steps, let me share the most common mistakes that some creators over 40 tend to make. So one is choosing a niche based on competition analysis instead of a personal fit. So you see a gap in the market, but you have no real expertise or a lack of passion for it. So it leads to burnout and failure. Try and focus on something that you're passionate about. Mistake number 2, making your niche too broad. Lifestyle tips isn't a niche. Lifestyle tips for empty nesters is getting closer. But lifestyle tips for women starting over after divorce is a niche. Very specific topic for a very specific audience that have very specific demands. Mistake number 3, essentially the opposite. So making a niche too narrow. For example, how to organize your spice rack isn't really a sustainable niche, but home organization for busy families is. Mistake number 4, trying to avoid competition at all costs. Competition is a good thing. It means that there is demand. You don't really want to be the only person talking about your topic, especially if there's no demand. Mistake number 5, choosing a niche because it seems profitable. If you don't care about the topic, you won't create good enough content and you won't make money anyway. So stick to something that you are passionate about rather than something that you think will bring money. Mistake number 6, waiting for the perfect niche. There is no perfect niche. There's only the niche that's perfect for you right now. You can always evolve. You can change over time. Remember, your niche isn't a life sentence. It's a starting point. Many successful creators have evolved their niches over time. The key is to start with something that's focused and then grow from there. Now, let's look at how we can validate our niche before you fully commit. I call it the 5 video test. So once you've identified your potential niche, come up with 5 video ideas that you could create right now without much effort. If you can't easily come up with 5 video ideas, your niche might be either too narrow or you might not have enough expertise yet. Video number 1, the problem video. What's the main problem your audience faces right now? So create a video that identifies and validates this problem. Video number 2, the solution overview video. So what's your approach to solving this problem that your audience has? Create a video that outlines your philosophy or your methodology. Video number 3, the how-to video. So pick one specific aspect of the solution and create a step-by-step how-to video. Video number 4, the story video. So share a personal story that illustrates the problem and the solution. So how did you learn what you know? And video number 5, the mistakes video. What are the common mistakes people make in this area? Create a video that helps people avoid these pitfalls. If you can easily come up with these 5 videos and you're excited about creating them, you found your niche. If you're struggling or feeling about the ideas, you might need to adjust your niche or choose a different intersection. The beautiful thing about this test is that these 5 videos become your first month of content. You are not just validating your niche, you're getting started. So let's look at the action steps. So let's look at how to create your niche in the next 15 minutes. Here's exactly what you need to do. Step 1, set a timer for 5 minutes. You can pause the video, set the timer, list everything you know and have experienced. Don't edit, just write. Step number 2, set a timer for another 5 minutes and list everything that you're passionate about or interested in. Include problems that you want to solve. Step number 3, set the timer for 5 more minutes based on your experience and interest. What do you think people need help with? What problems could you solve? Step number 4, look for the intersection. Where do those 3 lists overlap? That is your niche. Step number 5, you write out your niche statement. I help a specific audience with a specific problem by your unique approach. Step number 6, now come up with your 5 validation videos using the framework that I've just shared. And that's it. You now have your niche and your first month of content ideas. No more research, no more paralysis, no more wondering what to create content about. You have everything that you need to start. The key is to start before you are ready. Your niche will evolve as you create content and get feedback from your audience. But you can't evolve what doesn't exist. You have to start somewhere. Your perfect niche isn't out there waiting to be discovered. It's right here in your experience, in your passion, in your desire to help others. So stop wasting time researching and start creating. Your audience is waiting for exactly what you have to offer. So what's your niche going to be? Drop it in the comments below. I want to see what you come up with, and I'll be here to cheer you on as you start your YouTube journey. I have also created a digital version of the workflow that we've discussed in today's video, and there's a link in the comments below where you can find it, and you can in your own time go through it step by step in order to help you find your perfect niche and get started. That's all from me for today, so bye for now.